Off-road mission control. Notifying Central MCP. We've lost contact.
Hello Twitter, any questions? Down. Another. Another. Oh my god!
Hey, welcome back to Industry News. Finally, a bit of a slower month this time, but we still have a lot of smaller releases. First up, mice. Xiaoyi finally enters the modern era with the U2, which we saw leak last month. As described, it is a new shape from the company, coming in at 60 grams with surprisingly a 3395 instead of the 3370 on their other wireless offerings. But as of Xiaoyi tradition of not being up to date with things, it only has support for 1K pulling. And yes, the massive hole we saw in the front skate is official. Xiaoyi claims that the shape is designed for agile and stable multi-angle movements and is designed with sports science methodology, which they show off in the trailer video with mentions of some angles and fatigue indexes. Anyway, the mouse is available for $130, with the same huge enhanced wireless receiver seen with other Xiaoyi wireless mice. Nice to see that the brand is finally making something for people under 30 years old. And this can't be a month without Pulsar releases, so here it is, the Ace Lite Wi-Fi Size 1, which now they call the Mini. A good move considering how confusing it was. And at this point, you know what to expect. $33.95, 4K polling, 52 grams, available for $100. There's also the X Lite Wi-Fi Size 3, so the bigger option, which they have confirmed to be available starting in February, so that means by the time that you are watching this, it should be live. They also announced the X-Lite Wi-Fi Wired, their budget option, which will go into mass production after the Chinese New Year, which is around mid-February. A nice move since not everyone can afford a $100 wireless mouse, and high-quality budget options are always welcomed. Think of how popular the 5 Mini was. Ninjutsu announced the Sora V2. It is not exactly the same mouse, with small shape changes for a claimed better palm support and more room for vertical adjustments. The specs are very impressive, coming in at 39 grams by swapping to a polycarbonate material, with support for up to 8K polling and a web-based software which they dubbed Ninja Force. We for one welcome such a change. Web-based managers allow us to move off the almost malware that a lot of these companies ship. Looking at you, Razer. Next, the Razer 5 Wi-Fi Pro was spotted in the tournament with huge skates. It seems like they have finally learned from their mistakes. Now, into the quickfire round. Shock is joining the fingertip space with the M5, very much competing with the Keychron M4 and HSK. Specs are unknown outside of the shape and a claimed release date of March. They also share some images of the production process of the M2, their metal mouse. Unfortunately, it seems that they have run into technical challenges, claiming low yields as the thickness of the metal is only 0.6mm. This is supported by an image of the production line where there's only around 30 M2s produced in a day. Next, we have Fancer announcing the Thrash, an MB shade coming in at 47 grams. Not much else is known, but they have claimed to planted an Easter egg in the mouse. And if you're the first to find it, they will send you a free mousepad. This is a lot like guitar pedal manufacturers putting Easter eggs onto the PCBs, which we think is really cool. A quick announcement from Lamsu, confirming that a larger Maya is coming, and a small Ergo will be released. They posted some of the colorways of the Tai Chi as well, their magnesium mouse, with all of them looking suspiciously Final Mouse inspired. Faxi with the MP01 wireless 4K and their 4K receiver. Like the other wireless releases, the mouse has a 3395 and is also on the heftier side, coming in at 71 grams. However, in an announcement video, they claim to be continuing work on making lighter mice, with a target weight of 63 grams or below. Remember the mouse with the holeless holes? It seems that they weren't kidding. Called the FineMax Noah, it features a 3395 Nordic MCU and claims to be under 50 grams. Next, we have the Fantech Aria Atomic Edition. Not a huge release, but we appreciate some actually interesting colorways in the industry. G-Wolves are finally back, with a picture of a box, announcing the HTR Pro, coming in at an insane 25 grams. We'll see whether or not this claim is true, and hopefully it doesn't explode on your desk. Asus with the ROG Keras 2As, an Ergo shade coming in at 54 grams, with optical switches and support for 4K wireless and 8K wire pulling. Very promising specs. Then we have the Deluxe M600 Pro, their fiber clone. 3395, 4K pulling, 52 grams. What's interesting here is that they claim to have 4K pulling without using a Nordic MCU, which is odd. Alienware of all brands came out with the Pro Wireless, with support for 4K wireless and 8K wire pulling. Less than 60 grams, and as with most of their products, it is very ugly and is very expensive at $150. Inkart or Ironcat, an OEM manufacturer, has come out with the G Hero, a MP01 clone, with a 3395 support for 8K wireless pulling at 66 grams. As with most of their mice, you can expect to see various small companies selling these, especially in Southeast Asia. Now, onto mousepads, not much this month. PureTrack is teasing a seemingly metal pad. That's it, nothing else is known. Yuki Aim with another anime pad. Awesome. More anime with the Yuna glass pad from Konami. We here at aimmag just cannot get enough of anime pads. Logitech continues their streak of doing everything wrong by joining the glass pad craze with the smallest pad of all time. And the only piece of actual news this month is that Padsmith is coming back with their Temple of Dreams collection, which will be up for pre-orders starting February. Now, keyboards. Wooting has come out with more information on the ADHD, confirming that the board is indeed gasket mount, will feature new switches with tighter tolerances, and most importantly, they have finally come to their senses and moved the arrow cluster to the right. Speaking of 75% HG boards, there's also the Book 75 from Metatrix, a higher end 75% with a full aluminum case, gasket mount, and uses the popular Gateron KS37B switches. A premium option coming in at $230. Other than that, information is still very limited, especially when it comes to the performance side of things. Not all HG keyboards are made equal, and especially with the recent Optimum video, it's clear that there is still a big performance gap with the other offerings compared to the Wooting. There's also the Oasis 75, a similarly high-end 75% keyboard with rapid trigger, with an aluminum case, gasket mount, and also switches from Gateron. This board also claims to be able to support 8K polling. Again, information is still very limited, so we advise your audience to wait a little longer. Now, on to miscellaneous news. TG Exclusives, known for the Serapad, is coming out with plastic skates, another interesting option for the growing market of skates designed for hardpads. Alienware with the AW2725DF, a 1440p 360Hz OLED. Unlike their mouse that we just mentioned, it is surprisingly priced at only $900. Still very expensive obviously, however it is quite reasonable considering the feature set. Lastly, aimmag has made a gaming sleeve. $20 for one sleeve. Yes, one, not a pair, just one. For reference, the owner's sleeve costs $5 for a pair. And that's all the news for January 2024. Hey, welcome back to the record books. A lot of good scores on non-benchmark scenes this month, so let's get right into it. First, we have the score of the month, Sion Low with a 1976 on 116 target small on aim labs, closer and closer to the big 2000. Maybe we'll see it this year. Robbie with a 133 on sand target switch. And a 155 on Fox target switch 2. Clover with a low streak on popcorn tracking scenes, with a 35-54 on PGTI Photic, and a 38-69 on VT Precise Orb Advanced. People with a 36-67.6 on VT Pass Strafe Advanced. A new name to some of you, but they are quickly becoming the best movement player in the game. Minigar with a 190 on 1 War 4 target small 30% larger. Okaka Aio with a 902 on Air Divine. Draco with a 286.2 on 1 War 6 targets TE, one of the most popular scenes of all time. And lastly, Maddie with a 371-388 on Pass to Dodge. And that's all the records for January 2024. Links to all files are in the description. Check them out.